Club, and Stan recorded Mr. Dudeman's messages and got them out to the American people. Stan had a very popular radio show at that time, and that's what got the message out to the people. But Doc, you have you've got a story to tell in this too.
Yes, that message that Stan Johnson actually published at that time, it had gone out in print, and of course it was getting a lot of reaction. But I still remember the day that Stan Johnson was in our radio studio there in Topeka, Kansas, and recorded. You were working in Topeka? Yes, and because that's where the Prophecy Club ministry started at that time. I was managing the Southern Gospel station. Can you believe it? Oh boy, isn't it weird how
here you are now.
Back around. But Stan Johnson had started a broadcast on the station called the Prophecy Club. And one time he came into the studio, we actually recorded it was probably the first time an English transcript of this had been recorded to be released. And as soon as it got out there, it really caught fire.
So you ran the board?
Yes, I was doing the recording for it. I still remember.
So you were in the studio for the recording of the English translation of Dmitri Dudeman's warning.
So when he
what year do you think it was?
I had to be mid-90s. I'm thinking 94, 95, somewhere in there.
That's amazing. Now Doc's here.
So.
And you're still managing a Southern Gospel radio station.
I haven't moved forward at all, have I? So, but
no, it's really God's hand on your life.
Never.
It was this message that really kind of transformed a lot of things in my life, because up to that time, I had never thought of America being under judgment. America, being called on the carpet because of its sins. Yeah, I know we did some things wrong, but we went to Jesus and asked forgiveness, and He forgave us, right? Because we're America. We got, flag and apple pie, and all the founders, they loved Jesus. That was the kind of thinking I had as a young pastor. Yes. Here was this Romanian pastor that had come along, and through the ministry of the Prophecy Club had, said, what you're seeing here is a lie. That America is going to be judged. America is going to burn, and that America would collapse in one day. That message was so radical at that time. It was so far out. It was it was beyond conspiracy theory back then. If you remember, Rick.
Yes.
You didn't even think in those terms. And of course, there was a lot of negative action from churches and things like that. But this changed my life.
So I had the vision from the Lord in 1998. He showed me America on fire, and that's how I, got to this ministry. I've been doing this ever since that vision. But I thought America would be turned around. I thought I had this love for my country.
America's hope.
Our name was America's Hope when we started.
Right.
Jesus Christ is America's hope. And I thought in 98, 99, 2000, if I just get out there and tell the American people what God showed me, the churches are going to get behind this ministry. Right. A message of repentance is going to go out, and there's going to be a great turning back to God, and we're going to turn this ship around before it's too late. And after a couple of years into it, I realized the churches were the problem.
Yes.
The churches were falling away. There was one thing that Dmitri Dudeman said in that vision, what he said the angel told him. He said, the angel showed me all of California and said, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. All of this, in one day it will burn. Its sin has reached the Holy One. Then he took me to Las Vegas. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. In one day it will burn. Then he showed me New York. He said, do you know what this is? I said, no. He said, this is New York. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. In one day it will burn. Then he showed me Florida. This is Florida. He said, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. In one day it will burn. Doc, when I first heard and read this prophecy in 98, I could not, as an American, I could not bring myself to say, this is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
I thought, that's so harsh. This is so harsh. This is a hard message. Yes, I know God showed me that there's going to be judgment, but Sodom and Gomorrah never came back. It was burned to ashes. It never rose up again.
Yes.
And that was the hard part for me to accept. about this message. Now, we have a video today.
Yes.
Set this up. What are we going to see?
This is Dimitri Duduman speaking at Brownsville Assembly of God. I'm not sure the exact date. It's probably in the late 90s. Of course, his grandson is interpreting for him. As you mentioned, he always preached in Romanian, and his grandson is interpreting for him. He's recalling what led up to this initial vision that had been given to him. In this particular video, the testimony that he's giving, he's talking about the night that he received the vision, how he was under so much stress because they had moved into this roach and flea-infested apartment and no furniture, and the children were sleeping on the luggage, and they were questioning God. God, why did you bring me to this point? We have no money. We have nothing. And it was in that turmoil and that distress that the Lord spoke to him that night, and as we say, the rest is history. So this video that we're going to show really gets the meat of what that message is and what we have to consider here as we look toward the future.
All right, let's watch it. Here's Dimitri Duduman. Sometime in the late 90s.
Speak English. And I'd go to the buildings where it said for rent. The first thing that asked, when I'd ask, do you want to let us in? He said, sure, but do you have children? For us it was a joy. Yes, we do. Well, we don't accept people with children here. I think, dear Lord, what kind of people are these? I thought all of America was Christian. All the Bibles came from America. All the missionaries came from America. And they keep dogs in their homes that they won't accept children. I began to cry like a child. I came to my wife. I stopped crying before I got home. But Maria says, Dimitri, why have you been crying? I said, what, do you see me crying now? She said, I've been with you too long. I know when you cry. I said, well, Maria, they won't let us in. We have kids. And then she began, husband, why did God punish us? What did we do that God punished us so harshly? She began to cry. The grandkids were asleep on the suitcases. And I kept walking around the building and checking out my life. Lord, why'd you punish me? I almost lost my life for you. I lost all of my wealth for you, Lord. But out of everything I had, I came out with 3 suitcases. Lord, what did I do that you punished me? Why did you bring me to this country? I have no money, Lord. I have no food. I don't have a bed to lay my head down on. Lord, why? I was sitting outside on a rock. It was very late at night. And I was just crying before God. And then I saw a light coming towards me. When I saw the light, I thought it was a car. Because in Romania and in Italy, they always try to run me over with cars. So I thought, they're here too. And so I jumped up. But the light surrounded me. And out of the light, I heard the same voice. It was the same angel, which had been with me in prison, which had been at my house, which was with me in Italy. He said, Dimitri, why are you so despaired? Well, what did I do that you punished me so harshly? Why did you bring me to this country? I don't even have a place to lay my head down. He said, Dimitri, I brought you to this country because this country will burn. So why'd you bring me here to burn and then let me die in jail in my own country? He said, Dimitri, be quiet. Get beside me. You're not allowed to speak from now on. I got beside the angel brothers. I don't know what the device was. But it traveled so fast that you couldn't see anything. He'd just say, this is California. This is Las Vegas. What I have shown you is that Sodom and Gomorrah, its sin has reached God. And God has decided to punish it through fire. In one day it will burn. He came and showed me New York. Yorkul. This is New York.
Aici e Sodoma și Gomora.
It is also a Sodom and Gomorrah.
Într-o zi va arde.
In one day it will burn.
M-a dus și ne-a arătat
He
Florida.
came and he showed me Florida.
Aici e Florida, zice.
This is Florida, he
Aici e
said.
Sodoma și Gomora.
This is a Sodom and
Într-o
Gomorrah.
zi va arde.
In one day it will burn.
Dar cu mine ce ai să
I
faci?
said, what will you do with me though?
Ți-am spus să taci.
He said, I told you to be quiet.
Și m-a dus la locul de unde mă lua.
And he brought me back to the place we left.
Acum stai de vorbă cu mine.
He said, now we talk.
Te-am adus în țara asta.
I brought you to this country
Iubesc țara asta.
because I love this country.
Iubesc poporul din țara
I
asta.
love the people in this
Și
country.
prin gura ta vreau să trezesc mult
And through your
popor.
mouth, I want to wake up a lot of people.
Cum ai să-l trezești prin gura mea? Zic?
Well, how can you wake them through my
Eu
mouth?
nu pot vorbi cu nimeni.
I can't speak to
Cine
anyone.
mă cunoaște pe mine?
Who knows me
Cine
here?
mă cheamă pe mine?
Who will even call me?
Tu nu te interesează.
He says, that's not your worry.
Eu voi merge înaintea ta.
I will be before you.
Voi face mari lucrări în poporul
I
american.
will do great works amongst the American people.
Eu îți voi pregăti prin cine să
I will
vorbești.
prepare someone for you to speak through.
Dar tu să spui tot ce-ți voi
But you must
spune
tell them
eu.
everything that I tell you.
America va arde.
Again, he said, America will
Cum
burn.
să ardă America? Că America e
I said,
puternică.
but how can America burn when it's so
Tu
powerful?
ține minte așa să le
He said,
spui.
remember and tell them.
Ai să ajungi la televizor.
He said, you reach TV
Ai să ajungi la
stations
radio.
and radio
Ai să ajungi în
stations
biserică.
and churches.
Să spui tot ce spun eu.
But tell them